Hi Aries, welcome to your November 2019 love reading. It's Rena here. Boy, you have some real lighthearted cards. But I mean, you actually have some good ones. But it's just funny. Yeah, you have some very good cards associated with fire energy. I wouldn't be surprised if this is Aries card. The heart of the matter is the Ace of Wands. So this is some kind of a new, fresh burst of good fortune and joyful feelings as it relates to a relationship. And so you may, depending on what has been going on in your love life prior to this, you may either, it might be a sense of relief, where you feel like you're alive, where you feel like you're, that feeling when you're in love and you just, everything looks brighter, the birds are singing louder and things like that, and there's a spring-like vibe from the Ace of Wands. Probably is connected to your card, since Wands are fire energy, and you're the first house. But in any case, you might have a spring in your step, and you just are wanting to be with this person. Aries loves new beginnings. And if you have Venus in Aries as well, the one thing that you have to reconcile with is that relationships go through stages, and you can't be in that infatuation stage forever. It's virtually, well, I won't even say it's virtually impossible. It is impossible, because that's not the nature of a relationship, is to stay at that stage. It's supposed to deepen, which means that you're becoming more and more intimate with one another, not just on the physical level, but on the emotional level, and you're getting to know each other inside and out. And in doing so, you begin to appreciate the person at deeper and deeper levels. It's, anybody can see somebody and go, oh wow, that person's hot, I'm interested in that person. But how many people can stay with a person? That's the key. That's the challenge for Aries, is to maintain your interest in this person. And sometimes the Ace of Wands may be like a passionate affair that isn't necessarily going to last, that could flame out. But it bears repeating to, really want a relationship that is everlasting, unless you want to live alone and you just want to have fun. If you're very clear about that, that's fine. But if you're kind of like wringing your hands and saying, why can't I find love? But you tend to get bored very easily, then you have to examine that and say, why? The Ace of Wands is that rush, that feeling of it. But if you can learn to appreciate a relationship after the initial stage, that's even better. In the past position, we have the, I think I said position. We have the Three of Swords, which is a card of heartbreak or rejection, and perhaps you felt that somebody rejected you, and that may have hurt your self-esteem and made you question yourself. Because we even have the card as the higher message, the Eight of Swords, that kind of keeps the person from moving forward because of their own negative self-talk and their own negative beliefs about life. And so putting those two cards together, it almost makes me wonder if for some people, for some Aries people, you are being a bit rash with a particular person that you've just met and wanting to just rush things because you're trying to get over a relationship that went sour, and that's your way of handling it, and yet it might not be really the best way to do so, because it could be that you're just trying to do it to feel better about yourself rather than really trying to find out, hey, maybe we weren't right for each other. That doesn't mean there's anything wrong with me. Aries is not much on reflection. And please understand, I know that some of you are going to be quite into reflection. You may have Mercury in Pisces, or the moon can be in any sign, including the water signs. You might have the sun in the 12th house and you're more contemplative. But the point is that there's a tendency with Aries that if you don't like something that's going on in your life, your answer may be, okay, let's do something about it. Okay, maybe I'll, let go of the relationship. Maybe I'll move. Maybe I'll do this. It's like taking action. And I think that can make Aries people very successful especially in professional ways, but in relationship area, that can lead to a lot of avoidance, escapism, moving on to the next relationship, but never really learning the lessons of the past relationship, which I think is so important. What crosses you is the Death card. So this can be simply not realizing that you're in a transition in your life, that you are going into a new phase, and therefore you have to respect the fact that you're changing and not try to cling to the old. Actually, that is not common for Aries to do that. Most Aries people are always future oriented. But maybe what I mean by death is that a particular relationship is truly over. If you really did get rejected, excuse me, by somebody, you may be even fantasizing about them coming back or them taking you back or what have you, instead of seeing, yes, it really is over, and trying to cut it out permanently and not keep going back and forth and reopening the wound. What's coming in is the Wheel of Fortune. This is a card of alignment, of feeling like you are really making things happen romantically with somebody. Whether that's the Ace of Wands individual or not is a different story. The Wheel of Fortune connects with Jupiter. And Jupiter is still in Sagittarius during the month of November. It's kind of the final month, for the most part, of Jupiter in a fellow fire sign. But this month, not only is Jupiter in Sag, but Venus is in Sagittarius. So these are two planets that are considered very fortunate, and they're going to be transiting in the same sign. So technically, Sagittarius is your 9th house of long distance travel and spiritual matters, your philosophy, Aries. So it may not seem like it's an area that you would find love, but if you're somebody who is traveling, Aries, if you have any trips that you're taking, you may meet a love partner on the trip. And the other thing too is just in general, that sense that things are righting themselves. in terms of things that you've been trying to make happen. Like if now all of a sudden maybe you realize that you are desirable. With the Three of Swords, you may have felt like there was something wrong with you, and now you're getting people who are interested and you feel more confident again. And speaking of confidence, I might have to do this again. Outcome, Page of Wands. Start spreading the news. I've used that title, more than once. I like using it because it really is. I mean, you get the Ace of Wands and the Page of Wands, the fire energy, new beginnings in a passionate love situation, but pages can be messages, so good news that comes to you. Of course, this is going to be romantically related, but maybe also, pages can be the beginnings of a relationship, the early stages, and it could be with a fellow fire sign. So whether it's another Aries, a Leo, or a Sagittarius. Of course, the Wheel of Fortune being connected to Jupiter might be a Sag. And perhaps you feel like your old self again. That you're with somebody who makes you feel young, who makes you feel alive and happy and engaged again. Maybe you were with somebody who was really draining you and trying to make you second guess yourself. Usually Aries people are very confident. And if they ever get into those phases where they feel a little bit off, that's a good time to question, what are the influences around you. So yes, it ends very, very positively. I hope that you enjoyed this, Aries. If you'd like a personal love reading or any other type of reading, the link to my web store is below. And it's RainaMoonAstrology.com that my website is. So have a great November. Take care. Bye.